Howdy!
Welcome to Under the Hat. Today we're going to be looking at Smackdown Vs Raw, our review of the game that's been out recently.
So he's Bellboy and I'm Sydney, and we're going to give you the review of Smackdown Vs Raw 2009. Now, my first thoughts of the game were that it was generally fairly the same as the other Smackdown games. I mean, a lot of the entrances seem to be the same, identical even, and a lot of the characters look quite similar. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it, in my words. But they could have added a few more bits, I thought, generally, when I looked at it first.
Yeah, it is very similar to the previous game, and I like the way you mentioned if it ain't broke, don't fix it, because I still believe that the control system in the previous Smackdowns was not broke, and they didn't need to fix anything, but they did change the controls, which I have to admit are better on this one. The control system seems a bit better. You can still pick up moves. I don't know if that's just because I've kind of like got to grips with the last control system, and now I'm a bit more used to it.
I think when we're talking about the control system there, we're not really talking too much about the game, we're talking about the PlayStation version. It is out on the Nintendo Wii, the Xbox and the PlayStation, so I mean, we can't really go on too much about the control system there. But in terms of matches, I'm quite pleased they added the Inferno match to it. I mean, the graphics on that make it look like the whole screen's going to burn up.
Yeah, great.
That's quite intense, the way you can throw them out and make them go on fire. I think, that's quite good. Some of the matches that they've taken off, and I've noticed the way you can't have interference in the crowd anymore, where you can dive off the sort of speaker stand and do moves like that. Little things like that, they seem to add things onto the game and take things away. Same with legends. I mean, they don't have too many legends this game, but they've added a lot of people on the roster. There is, sort of over 60 characters or something. But they should have kept the legends from previous years, I thought, and that would have made a brilliant game. But I suppose they are bringing out that Legends of WrestleMania, which we'll be doing a review on, I'm sure. So maybe they're saving all the legends till then.
That could be the case. I probably would do the same. That's probably why there's been hardly any legends in this one, because that game...
You've got the story mode in here, which is career mode, which you can play with every character to build the attributes up. And doesn't have any cutscenes, so I mean, it's a bit boring, to be honest with you. You're just playing as your character and just playing games and trying to win titles, just basically to get your attributes up for your created characters, which I think is a bit of a letdown. I used to like seeing your created characters coming out and actually being part of the WWE story. Doesn't happen anymore. You have got Road to WrestleMania though, which does look fairly good for each character. But, I mean, how many characters have you got?
Yeah, you've got about 5. I think you've got a self-picked tag team, Batista and Mysterio, which I wouldn't necessarily say is my first tag team that comes to mind.
No.
And then you've got Triple H, apparently, he's got a very good in-depth storyline. We've only just started it with the game, but I'd say his and Jericho's and CM Punk's, I don't know, they seem to be the ones that the people like the best, but then that's pretty much all you got. I think you've got Cena as well.
See, I mean, another thing there, one step forward, 2 steps back. They make it good, but they don't make it for enough characters.
Yeah.
It's just, that is the bottom line when it comes to Smackdown vs Raw. They just make a few things good, and they take things away. I mean, I was impressed by the game, to be honest with you.
The one thing they do have to definitely sort out is the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble, it's never been great. A couple of years ago when they brought in the ring out timer thing, where you actually press the buttons to that used to be okay at the start, and now it's just ridiculous. They might as well go out straight away.
Definitely. I mean, some guy gets in the ring, 2 seconds later, he's out of the ring.
Yeah.
Just, that's how it works. You never see a Rumble in real life last that quick.
Well, they're programmed to immediately throw them out the ring. They should at least be programmed to come into the ring, do, if it's not a special manoeuvre, a big impact manoeuvre, then throw them out. Because all they're doing is getting in the ring, throwing them to the apron, grabbing them. Like, it's more of a glorified gauntlet match.
Yeah. Create mode seems as good as ever. Probably a little bit better this year, slightly. You know, we don't ask for much. We just ask for, you know, a decent character to be created. And to be fair, most of the Smackdowns you can create a quite good character. And the entrance creation, we always love that. Create a finisher, I think, was a good mode to the game. Definitely.
Fun. You can speed it up and stuff.
Yeah.
Overall, I think it's a reasonable release. You know, it's nothing to blow your mind away, but compared to other ones, I still reckon Here Comes the Pain to being the best Smackdown game out. Don't know if it's... I haven't played it in a while. Maybe I'll change my mind if I put it on again.
Anyway, Bellboy, what would you give this out of 10?
I'd probably give it 7 hats out of 10.
7 hats? Not bad. I'd probably give it, I think 7's a reasonable score there. I'd probably give it 7 hats myself.
Yeah, it's still got a bit of improvement to do, but overall, good game. Keeps you occupied for a while, and be interested to see what's the next one in store. But more importantly, the Legends of WrestleMania. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah. Anyway, that's our review. Hope you liked it. Hope if you haven't bought the game, you might listen to our review and either buy it or not buy it, depending on what you thought of our review.
Next week we got the Survivor Series on 23rd of November, so we're going to be doing our predictions for that. We're looking forward to this one, the second biggest pay-per-view, well, the second oldest pay-per-view after WrestleMania that we have. So,
add your comments down below.
Yeah.
You know what to do. Subscribe. I've seen a few of you have been subscribing. You obviously don't mind under the hat.
Yeah, keep it up.
Yeah, and until next time, what goes on under the hat stays under the hat.